Hi everyone. Our team here at Naughty Studio Games have been working on some ideas to improve our game Rumours From Elsewhere. And what we've come up with is there's not enough hats. The game needs more hats. So what we're going to do today is add some hats. To start with, we import some hats into Unreal Engine. These are some FBX files created by our 3D modeler, plus some nice 2D images to match that we're going to use in our widgets. Okay, so here are the hats. We've got a pineapple, a pirate hat, and a few others as well. Firstly, we're going to work on the hat selection menu. This is our character selection widget. So we'll add a variable image and position it on the character using anchors. We just need to check if the positioning works for all of the available hats and reposition it accordingly so that it works for all of the options. I'm going to make the XY position of the image a variable so that I can have different ones for each playable character, but for now we'll just work with the bride to test things out. Okay, so with that sorted, it's time to test out the menu in-game. I've linked up these arrows here to scroll through an array of hats and display the currently selected hat. Now to add the actual 3D hat to the 3D model to use in-game. We'll do this by creating a socket on the character skeleton. Sockets are a pretty handy thing in Unreal. You can connect things like weapons and shields to your character and have them follow with the animation. So we're going to rotate and translate the socket so that the hat sits nicely on the head. And we can play an animation to see how it looks with the movement, and then we'll just check if all of the other hats work well on the same socket and reposition them. Of course, Elsewhere actually has 10 playable characters, so it's 10 times the work, adding a socket to each character for the hat, but I'll do that later. Now in the playable character blueprint that I have, this is the parent blueprint for all of the players in the game, I'll make a new function, add hat, which will run once on begin play. We'll make one input for this function, which will be an integer, and this will be the hat ID number. I'm making an array of all the hat static meshes, and this ID number will correspond to that array to select which hat the character is going to wear. The hat ID number is going to be communicated from the hat selection, character selection widget into this function when the game begins. I also have added a static mesh component to the character mesh, which is called hat. And so using the hat ID, we get the correct static mesh from our array, and then we set the hat component static mesh to be that. Then we attach the hat static mesh to the character mesh using the hat socket that we created previously with snap to target enabled. Let's try this out. I'm just going to zoom in so you can see. Start a new game and select the pirate hat. And yeah, she's now wearing a cool pirate hat. With that all working, I just need to add sockets to the other 9 playable characters for their hats. So we've got the Falconer, who's got a lovely bonnet on, the Fortune Teller, Hierophant, and the Highwayman. I also need to work out the XY positioning for the image variable for each character in the hat selection widget, so the hat graphic is placed correctly on the head for each character. Here we have the Highwayman with a great top hat added to his hat socket, and we'll try it out in the game. So we'll select the top hat, and then there he is wearing that hat in the game. And you'll see that this guy here, the scavenger guard, is also wearing a cool hat. This is a mechanic that we've added to unlock hats in the game. It's basically you need to kill these guys, the scavengers, and then that lets you steal their hat and have it unlocked for future playthroughs. This guy has a nice little pink bow. I've disabled his damage because I suck at playing this game. And just to test this mechanic, I need to kill the scavenger. So I'm cheating and I've turned off any damage from his weapon for just for testing. Okay, so he's dead and he's dropped a cool weapon as well. So then if I die, let's see if I've unlocked the nice bow that the scavenger's wearing. So yeah, that's all working great. So this time the scavenger has a Viking hat, and we're just going to repeat the process of killing him just to check if everything works. I'm just going to try out my new axe for a bit and then get myself killed so I can check my unlockables. And yeah, now those 2 hats are unlocked for all of the characters to wear. So that was me adding hats to Rumours From Elsewhere, very important. Any questions, let me know in the comments below if you'd like any more tips on how to do certain things. Thanks for watching!